Hey everyone, welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host, Café con Leche, for the next hour, inviting you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget to follow moi on Instagram, Insta Stories, FB, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. So Thanksgiving is a time to share with loved ones. And well, for the last 20 years, the West Side Campaign Against Hunger has been providing turkeys and healthy food for families to enjoy this holiday season. The organization's goal is to ensure that no New Yorker goes hungry for Thanksgiving. And joining us to tell us more about their mission, services, along with the Turkey Challenge, please welcome West Side Campaign Against Hunger Director of Partnerships and Community Engagement, Stephanie Moshier. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being here with us. And first and foremost, let's just reintroduce the organization, because my introduction was based on the Thanksgiving campaign. However, the organization itself has been in existence for 42 years. And not only that, the organization is recognized as being at the forefront of an innovating company, right? Or mission. And so part of that comes from the fact that you're very mindful and conscious of the food that's being distributed, as well as the style. I understand that you were like the first in the United States to offer it in supermarket pantry style. So let's just give everybody a little insight as to all of these innovations that founded the organization into where we're at now.
Yeah, absolutely. So West Side Campaign Against Hunger has been around for over 40 years, and really started, like most pantries do, in the basement of a church here on the Upper West Side, by a committee of community members who were seeing what was happening in their neighborhood and wanted to respond. And so it started, like most pantries do, as just a brown bag of canned goods and other items that traditionally you see at food pantries. But those who were running the pantry started noticing people exchanging things outside on the sidewalk. You know, I don't actually like peanut butter, but I love tuna. Maybe we can change, and things like that. And really, from there, innovated this idea of bringing choice into pantries, into people accessing emergency food. And so we started the supermarket style model for food pantries here on the Upper West Side, where folks could come and really choose what they wanted to take for their families.
And so how was this organization, how is this organization capable of even establishing that option being accessible, right? Because usually when you go to pantries, it's kind of like, this is what we got. So there's obviously some kind of alliance that is offering these healthy, consciously healthy choices.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we really pride ourselves on giving out the healthiest food in the city, and saying no to items being offered like very highly processed, high in sugar, high in salt. And so we're able to do that through a lot of our food partners. You know, we are very grateful to work with City Harvest to access fresh fruits and vegetables, you know, through the Food Bank for New York City to get those canned items and shelf stable items. And then we're also just very fortunate to have a community and base of supporters that allow us to purchase the food that we can't get from those other resources, to make sure that our offerings are consistent and the healthiest possible.
So prior to the pandemic versus where we are now, like what do those numbers look like of people having food insecurities?
Yeah, so pre-pandemic, you know, right before the pandemic started that year, we had served, you know, approximately 10,000 unique households, both at our Upper West Side location and through our mobile markets. And in this last full year of the pandemic, we served over 27,000 households across New York City. We distributed over 4 million pounds of food, half of which was fresh fruits and vegetables. And it's nearly tripled.
Wow. And so I understand you also expanded your services, right? So whereas you're centered on the West Side, but now you've expanded into other boroughs, including the Bronx, right? So what are the organizations you've partnered up with, and how do you decide what organizations you collaborate with?
Yeah, it's a great question. We actually started our work expanding outside of the Upper West Side in 2017 with the launch of our mobile market program, which really focused on Northern Manhattan and parts of the South Bronx, where we were seeing customers not coming to our Upper West Side location anymore. And so thinking about where they were coming from and how we could find organizations where they were living to be able to get them food still. So pre-pandemic, we worked with about 15 community-based organizations in Northern Manhattan and the Bronx, and that has grown to over 70 throughout the pandemic. And some of those really key partners in the Bronx have been Children's Aid, Phipps Neighborhoods, Sobro, amongst a number of sites to just make sure that people have access to food in their community.
Wow, wow. You guys were definitely on the on the hitting the ground in the forefront, because it just sounds like it was a lot of mobilizing and a lot of collaborating and communicating and trying to, I guess, figure out what the needs are, right, for each community, which leads me to the social services that you offer as well. So again, going back to your innovative style, so let's talk about that level of expansion, because now you have an entirely new department as well.
Yeah, I mean, we had to be innovative, and we've had to be creative and respond to the needs during this incredible time for our customers and our city. And so, yeah, the social services department, it's actually where I got my start at Westside Campaign Against Hunger. And so our team has been on the ground for a while. But how this has really, the reason that we really promote our social services is because, as incredible as those numbers are of pounds of food being given out, that doesn't solve food insecurity. What really makes a difference in our customers' lives are those economic impacts and those benefits that they can access and are eligible for and often don't know. So our team really focuses on SNAP, the food stamp program, public assistance benefits, rental arrears. We've learned a lot and pivoted with a lot of these COVID relief programs that have come out, health insurance so people can see their doctor, and different programs like that.
How does a person qualify for that? Like, how do they reach out and do they need to be of a certain neighborhood in order to participate or have those services offered?
No, anyone is welcome to access our social services. They can, we pre-screen for eligibility. So before we put you through the rigmarole of some of those applications, we'll walk through how you qualify, if you qualify, and what documents you need to provide. But anyone is welcome to give us a call at 212-362-3662, extension 126, or email us at socialservices@wisca.org. And you can be connected to one of our very knowledgeable community resource counselors.
Wonderful. And so, of course, before we go, we must talk about the turkey challenge, because while you did distribute 4.3 million pounds of healthy food to more than 77,000 individuals, I understand your goal is to feed 7,000 families for Thanksgiving. So the question is, how many turkeys have you collected thus far?
Yeah, so far we've collected a little over 2,700 turkeys. So we're well on our way to meeting that goal. We've started earlier than ever before, and the demand is clearly there, and folks are looking to have an incredible Thanksgiving this year with family and friends. So we are happy to be here to be able to support those looking for that.
In both directions, right? Those who are interested in donating, as well as those who are in need of a turkey or
Absolutely.
meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, and then there's volunteering, right? For Thanksgiving Day, is it that you're looking for volunteers?
So we volunteers really are the bread and butter of how we do this work. Without them, we wouldn't be able to pack those bags and hand out the food. So we partner with New York Cares to recruit volunteers to really staff the core pieces of the distribution work. So we are accepting volunteers Monday through Friday from 9 to 1.
That's right. That's how we do it. We are New York strong.
Yeah.
Being there Being a stand for each other. Thank you so much for bringing it to our platform. Stephanie Moshier, Director of Partnerships and Community Engagement at Westside Campaign Against Hunger. And you guys, once again, if you're interested in donating, supporting a family, and or volunteering for this Thanksgiving and more, please be sure to visit WSCAH.org/turkey challenge. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about a foundation that's helping the underserved youth. Don't go anywhere.